we were taught not to eat from everybody. You know, but like if I can see the person cooking the food, I have no problem with eating.
You gotta go to people's house, you know.
Yeah.
Can't just go to anybody's house
Yeah.
if that's the case, because What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 100K. And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Okay, so we're actually here in Independence Square, where Ghana declared its independence, or Kwame Nkrumah declared Ghana's independence in 1957. The first cultural etiquette thing that I had no idea about is the handing over with your right hand. Okay. I found this out the wrong way. Yeah. I basically was in a pharmacy, I was a teenager, and I was trying to hand over money with my left hand. And they just wouldn't take it. I don't know what was going on. I was like, I'm trying to pay for this thing. They're just not taking the money.
And then they won't say nothing.
Yeah,
It's like, they're waiting for you to figure it out and switch to the right.
No. Y'all told us about the left-hand exchange of anything, not to do it. And we've only been told not to do it. But we never heard an experience. You feel me? So it's different. They just look at you. They don't say nothing.
Right. So I'm going to just be sitting there like dumbfounded.
Right.
You know, not really knowing. Well, now we know.
Take it.
We know. Because y'all keep sending us these, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, and God. That's all y'all sending us.
We appreciate the preparation.
Yes.
Right. Even me as an indigenous person, I get that a lot with the local buses. Like sometimes your right hand is full, you try to pay with your left, and the mate will not take it. Like, so it has to sink in for a minute, and then you're like, okay. You hand over with your right before they take it.
So what is the reason?
I just can't imagine talking about, wait a minute, let's move everything over here.
Right.
Then, right, here you go. It's like,
But I feel like I hand stuff with my right hand already.
It sucks for a left-hander. Like they naturally left-handed, that sucks.
Yeah, you know, it's my dominant hand. So.
Yeah.
Behind this, why do you have to hand over everything with your right hand?
Hold on, you guys. I'm so sorry.
No, fine. It looks red.
No, you look red.
Okay. I look red. Okay. You don't have to do it.
Alright.
Okay, so they believe that the left hand is used for, you know, the number 2 and all those like nasty stuff when you use the washroom. So it's like a kind, like a disrespect, because most of the time you use your right for all the good things. That's what we think. Use the right for the good things, and this is for all the bad things.
It's seen as like disrespectful and sort of dirty.
Yeah, and also dirty. Yeah, that's the meaning.
What is another very important thing?
That is the number 1. Greetings. I think anybody who is coming to Ghana, you've watched any video concerning the Ghanaian culture, you know how important greetings is to the people of Ghana. Like, you cannot see somebody and not greet them, and you have to greet them at every point in the day. Like in the morning, you have to greet the same person. You have to greet in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. You can't say because you greeted them in the morning, you know, you're not going to greet them in the afternoon, because it's a different phase of the day. So you also have to greet them in the afternoon and in the evening. And even if you're going to a shop to buy something, you have to greet the person. You can't just go and say, can I have toothpaste? Like, they'll be waiting for you. And the funny thing is, we are always waiting, like, as if you know what to do. You know, we are not going to tell you, you have to greet. We are just waiting for you to greet. So they'll be just standing there waiting for you to greet. So greetings is the number 1 most important cultural etiquette.
And I think the good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, when I'm in the UK, I wouldn't call somebody and start with good morning or good afternoon. I would just say hi. But here, people do expect you to say the time of day.
If you realize, when I texted you, I said good morning.
Yeah.
You cannot just go straight to the point and say, okay, hey, this and that. You have to greet. Even if you forget to greet, after the whole discussion or whatever, you still have to like greet. They may not say it the first time.
I feel like we sort of like that.
If we see one person, okay, so in our culture and where we're from, we're big on hospitality, so we greet. But if it's the same person that
especially
we saw, we're not gonna say good morning. No.
So I walk in the building, I see you, and I say, "Hey, good morning, how you doing?" They say good, and I say, "I'm gonna just go back here. I want to take a look at something." Then I'm leaving. I'm like, "Hey, good morning, I'm out."
Nah, like good afternoon, nah.
I get it. I see the respect in it.
Yeah, I see the respect.
I definitely see the respect in it.
Yeah, I'm just saying here, no, we'll greet, but the good morning, good night, good afternoon, all that stuff, we do that maybe once, not more than once. We'll say, hey, saw you earlier, like, yeah.
Or if they see you again, I encountered this today in the store when I was doing the little things, and I seen somebody walk past each other, and when they did it, they was like, again? Oh, you know what I'm saying? The conversation was more like, oh, we keep seeing each other, we keep bumping into each other. You know, it wasn't no greeting.
Good morning, good night. No.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, it's different.
Sharing our culture.
But they are definitely paying attention. And then one day they'll be like, oh, Vanessa, she never greets. Like,
she never greets.
So greetings is very, very important to the people of Ghana. So please, when you come to Ghana, make sure you're greeting. Just prepare yourself to greet, okay?
Yvonne, if I was coming to visit you at your house, what is the procedure?
As a sign of courtesy, you can come along with something. It's not really demanded, but it's just nice. Food, drink, anything edible. When you knock and they ask you to enter, you have to ask them, can I bring my shoes inside? Because most people, because of dust, you know, and the mud and stuff like that.
That conversation is difficult because a lot of people don't know how to approach that. When you approach their home and you tell them, hey, make sure you kick your shoes off at the door or something like that. Some people look at you and be like, what? Yeah. But then you have people ask the question, can I bring my shoes in? Because if you think about it, like they were just talking, you track things with your feet.
Yeah, you do. Bacteria, you know, like if you are... First of all, you put on your shoes, you walking out your door, you're walking in dirt, dust, whatever, dog, whatever, public restrooms, all of that is bacteria. So for us, like speaking of our household, for us, we have a baby, you know, we have a dog, we wash her paws before she come in the house. So it's like we don't want to track that bacteria, and our baby is barefooted, we're barefooted. You know, sometimes we wear socks, sometimes we don't. Our floors is very clean, so we're comfortable in our house. But my grandparents, they would have house shoes. I can't walk in house shoes all day. I cannot.
Yeah,
so I need my floors to be clean.
Yeah, you just don't realize how much you're sweeping with your feet as you're walking. You know what I'm saying? It comes with you.
And then when you want to go lay on the couch or something, you look on the bottom of your foot and it's dirty. Like, what? No.
Yeah.
Keep your shoes at the door. Okay, but as for gifts,
I could see that. I wouldn't call it a gift. I would just call it a kind gesture. Like, hey, yo, I'm finna come through. How you know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything planned? It's like, no. Then, like, all right, bet. And you come through, hey, I got a drink.
Right.
Or, hey, I just stopped by the store, brought some chicken.
Yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yeah, we're big on food. We love food.
People don't usually use the same slippers inside their rooms. Then you also ask...
I want to mention, we do ask before we just bring things over. I feel that, like, if it's a drink, I feel like everybody's in a position to want to have a little drink here and there, depending on what it is. But if it's food, because some people probably ate already, we always ask, hey, I've been telling you I want anything on my way through, something like that.
Or we'll ask if they need anything. You know?
Yeah.
To sit. So you don't just enter and then you take a seat. You have to ask them, can I sit? Then they'll offer you a seat.
And another thing that I've realized and that I've learned is that if an elder especially offers you a seat, you should sit down.
Yeah, you have to.
So you
like,
can't be like,
say,
oh, no, I don't want to sit down, or no, I'm fine standing. Like, if an elder says, please take a seat,
you have to.
sit.
Yeah, that's very true. You have to. And then you greet the person, and the rest is just the conversation.
And so let's say now we're getting onto food. You've arrived at somebody's house and there's food there. Something I learned as well is if you're offered food, you should eat it.
Yeah.
Like is it seen as rude to say no, I don't want it, or I'm not hungry, or something like that?
If you feel like you're not too hungry, you can just say, oh, it's too much. Can you just give me a little bit of that, you know, so that you don't waste the rest? But even that, they'll tell you just eat, and then we'll just keep the rest. So you don't have a choice. You just have to, especially if it's an elderly person. That's where all these things are very important. With your peers, I mean, it's so important, but you can always have your way around that. But when it comes to an elderly person, you just have to follow the rules, you know. So you have to eat when they offer you the food, and then
I don't know if y'all seen a scary movie when that elderly man put his hand, that little hand, in the potato salad, and then he was telling everybody to eat, and they was looking at him like,
See, my thing is, so is this at like even people you don't really know that well home? Because my thing is, I have to see the way someone prepare their food.
Yeah, 100%. I'm big on that. Yeah.
Everyone isn't hygienic.
Yeah.
You know, and we were taught not to eat from everybody. You know, but like if I can see the person cooking the food, I have no problem with eating.
You gotta go to people's house, you know.
Yeah.
Can't just go to anybody's house if that's the case, because
So let us know about that.
energy travels, and I don't need to have a bad day. I have an upset stomach, and I got a headache because you was upset when you was doing all of this, you know.
Yeah, you was mad that I didn't take my shoes off.
Right, slapping the food on my plate. I'm like, huh.
Please do not smell the food. I am so guilty of that.
I'm thinking back at every interaction I've had with food, because I like to smell food before I eat it to kind of get an idea.
Yeah, it just like puts me in the mood, but you cannot do that.
Getting on to kids. I have kids. What is expected of kids?
Well, kids are generally just, you don't say much. So, especially with greetings, you have to greet an elderly person. Like anybody older than you see them, you have to. Your mother, whether she's not related, on the street, you have to greet. Like in your neighborhood, you have to greet them. And then when you greet, please do not ask an elderly person how they are doing.
What age does that? So let's say my children who are 4 and 8. So they should just say, "Good afternoon, auntie."
Yes.
Oh,
we could get onto the aunties and uncles actually later. So "Good afternoon, auntie," and that's it.
There. That's it.
So they shouldn't say, "How are you?"
No. You cannot. Even with me, like if I have to say it, I have to be sure the kind of relationship I have with the person.
Oh, okay.
But an ordinary person, I wouldn't greet them and ask them like, "How you doing?" I just greet and I move on. They would have to ask you, "How are you doing?" And then you respond, and like that's it. You don't ask an elderly person how they're doing.
Why is it that you wouldn't?
Because like they'll ask you, "Do you take care of me?" Like, why are you asking me how I'm doing?
Like it's like
okay, so if I tell
business,
you I'm okay, what are you going to do about it? You see, that's what yeah. But it's assumed that as an elderly person, they can change
they can
your life. Yeah. So if they ask you and you're like, "Oh, I'm not well, maybe I'm hungry," they can buy you food, but you cannot do it for them. So then why are you asking them how they are doing? So that's
for no reason.
So you just greet and you live.
I don't know. That's like first nature without necessarily thinking like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like when you walk up past an elder person, you say, "How are you?" And they say how they're doing. And if they ask you back, then you reply, you know what I'm saying? Well, no. It's hello, right? The greeting.
Yeah.
It's the greeting. I feel like what she was saying is basically there's nothing you could do for someone that's older than you in a sense because they like stay in the child's place almost.
Yeah, but I feel
I don't know.
See what we were taught to say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Right.
You know, so okay. That's different, but I do understand it.
I see what's going on here.
But it's like because we were taught to say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Like I said,
to check on people.
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of like first nature to have that idea of it, but you're not necessarily thinking like that. But you kind of have the idea of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Different.
They will ask all the questions, you just answer, and that's it. But if it's your parents or you're very familiar with the person, but kids at that age, no,
they shouldn't really. But I guess kids, generally, children in Ghana, is it a seen but not heard situation?
Kind of, yeah.
Like they really shouldn't answer back.
No.
They shouldn't really ask questions.
You don't talk back, you don't ask questions. You're like
even
a child.
So even if somebody asked you something and you didn't know the answer, the child shouldn't say, but why, or why should I do that? That's seen as not good.
Yeah,
right?
Disrespectful. Yeah, you're seen as a disrespectful child.
So you should just listen.
Just listen.
When it comes to speaking to people older than you, hear people say auntie and uncle.
Yeah.
Do you just call everyone auntie and uncle that's older than you?
Auntie, uncle,
grandma.
If you know their names, then you can add the name.
Okay.
But if you don't know their name, just a sign of respect, you just say auntie or uncle or grandmother. And then some people also get offended if they're an auntie and you call them grandma. Then it's like, I am not. So you have to be careful. Unless you're very old, then you call them grandma. Depending on your age also.
Okay.
You know? But if it's like 35 to say 50, that's maybe auntie or mom. You know.
Oh, right. So you could call somebody else mom.
It doesn't really mean that like they're your mom. Yeah.
Relationships. Let's say somebody who's never been here before comes along, finds a man, woman, whatever. What is the etiquette around relationships here?
The main thing will be the PDAs. You definitely cannot display public affection.
Is that anywhere?
Brothers, y'all heard it first right here. We can't be touching and loving and doing all that kissing like we want to do. You feel me? And then you know our baby, my baby's friends, she would put on her African attire while she out there in Ghana, and I just know that's gonna hype me up a little, So I'm like, I can't touch nothing.
You can't do nothing.
I can't even do the
leave it alone. Then.
Oh, you see what you're doing now?
Leave it alone.
All right.
You gonna get me in trouble.
Okay, Willie, man.
Even among your peers,
your face, you look disgusted. You're like,
even among your peers, still it's like and then if they are like your friends and they are not in a relationship and you're in a relationship alone and they are all over the place, some people will be jealous, some people would say a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So it's just we tend to have like negativity around displaying your relationship.
Okay.
People will just be like, very soon it will end and stuff. Like we have I think
like
it's like
superstition.
Thank you, that's the word.
They be hating.
But I feel like the men and the women do that because they want people to know that this is me. Like, this is me. You feel me? Like, don't approach her or don't approach him. Like that's,
they feel left out. Maybe some of them.
But I understand what you're saying. Like the jealousy and the feeling left out type of thing. But for the ones who like what they see, they may approach thinking that y'all just friends.
Right.
And then what you do then you have to, I guess.
This my man.
Oh God.
So if you're displaying it, showing off,
some people are envious, jealous, and all that.
So it's like a sort of like evil eye onto the
So
relationship.
that is one reason why they will tell you to just keep it a secret with pregnancy and all those things. We have a lot of superstitions here.
So with pregnancy, what?
With pregnancy, you cannot. First of all, if it's early, you cannot be telling people like, you guys, when you're pregnant, hey, I'm pregnant.
You guys, I'm mixed in.
Like, everybody, I'm pregnant. Everybody knows from the, oh my gosh. You have to, even before you post, if you're a social media person and you have to post, it's after you've given birth, you post your pregnancy pictures.
Okay. I think that's quite a smart idea. I never posted a lot during pregnancy. I maybe posted towards the end. Maybe a picture.
But it's because of the superstition.
And people may be like thinking badly about.
So this is the thing. We've never shared our pregnancies until the end of our pregnancy. Well, the first pregnancy, we didn't share it until the baby was born. The second one, we shared towards the end. But this third one, because, you know, we was on social media and I was sick and people were concerned about us not posting, we posted very early on. So that's, you know, I can relate to that. Yeah. I've always been very, very private when it came to my family, especially our children. So I can relate to that, and I like that. That's one thing I can get with.
You may lose. You can't show your belly. You know, you have to wear this loose thing, cover up. So
and I wonder, like, how does that feel for the woman, like with that level, like not being able to show it? I guess, is that like first nature for you all, or do y'all have that moment to be like, I really would kind of like want to have like these moments?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we'd love to know that.
But the relationship, yeah, that's just it, the PDAs. And when you think you're serious, then you can introduce them to your family.
How do you get out of a situation where you've not meant to be disrespectful, but people are finding it disrespectful?
What I would do is just sit in, taking whatever they are saying, and at the end you just apologize. Like, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do that again, and then you leave.
That's it. Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, that's like the best way to get out of any situation.
If I was to go to, let's say, Queen Mother's house or a chief's palace or something like that, is there a way in which you have to greet people?
Yes. If it's a gathering and there's a prominent person, you'd greet that person first.
Okay.
So, for example, it's like a traditional wedding, and then you have a queen mother in there. You would greet the queen mother first. But if they are seated like in a circle or a straight line, you would first go and greet the queen mother. It doesn't matter where she's seated, or the king, wherever they are seated. You greet them first. You come back to the line. Then you have to greet from your right.
Okay. So you would come and greet this person, this person,
Thank you. You have to greet them individually from the right. You have to greet them individually. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Times are moving on. The older generation is moving on. Do you think that these traditions will stick into the next generation?
Yeah, it will. But then the intensity
will be reduced.
will be reduced. Yeah, because
so do you expect the same from young people?
Because I did it, so I expect them to do the same.
Respecting people, basically, that seems to be it. That's like the underlying message throughout all these things.
Yeah.
One thing that I've noticed is people say yes please, no please. That sort of thing.
Sorry, yes. With a please, it's just like a sign of respect, you know. So when an elderly person asks you a question, instead of just saying yes or no, it's too raw. So you just add please to it. So yes, please, like no, please. Even with your name, sometimes when they ask you like, what's your name? Please, my name is this and that and that.
Okay.
So it's just a sign of respect for the elderly person. And then thank you. It's also very, very important. When somebody does something for you, you have to appreciate it. Then you say thank you. Then with sorry is just like when you hit somebody accidentally, you have to apologize. You know, when somebody hit themselves and you're around, just like a sign of empathy. Yeah, sign of empathy to the person. Then you say, oh, sorry.
I feel like I did that before I moved here as well. If somebody hurt themselves, I would say sorry. Because you feel bad for their situation.
Yeah, exactly. You feel bad for their situation. Or if you do it to somebody, like here on the streets, if even you're walking on the street with people and you just like accidentally step on them, you have to turn back and apologize. Even if they are going, like you have to show something like a sign of remorse.
So thank you so much for sharing all
that. Ghana really seasoned.
Yes.
And you keep them seasoned.
Very respectful people. That's what I got out of all of this. Respect.
Learning it though would probably be a different thing because, like, you know, not being from there, when we come, we have to understand the culture more than just being amongst the people, because we want to be amongst the people.
Right.
And then we come into these big groups and we come into these high important people. We got to know exactly how to greet them and what to say and how to say things. You know what I'm saying? I
feel like it's just a tweaking of our culture. There's a lot of things like she said about the shoes, about the way we greet, you know,
the aunties and uncles.
The aunties and uncles, we kind of say that.
Yeah.
You know, mostly we'll say ma'am or sir.
Or we'll probably say, what's up, unc?
Yeah. So it's just little minor things. I don't think that would be hard for us to get adjusted to at all.
All right, you saying it now? We're gonna see.
I am saying it. I don't think it would be that hard.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so.
Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way. Yes. As well as our reaction request form is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.